Welcome. This is our Tuesday night segment of In the Know, where we talk about what's going on in the world around us, as well as what is happening right here in our own community. So please remember to like, subscribe, share, go over to our YouTube page, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay with us as we continue to keep you in the know. Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Good holiday? We had a little break?
Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully
Yes,
you
ma'am.
were
It was
all
good.
able to spend some time with your friends and family and enjoy the day.
Got
Yes.
some rest.
So we are back in full effect, and we're going to get right to it. December 2020, now President Biden was asked at a meeting in Delaware if he thought the vaccination and masks should be mandatory. He stated, "I will not impose national mandates for the vaccine or for the masks." I quote, "I will encourage people to do both, but I don't think that either should be mandatory, and I would not demand either to be mandatory." Fast forward to September 9th, 2021. President Biden issues executive actions that demand all federal workers and contractors to be vaccinated and started to develop an emergency bill requiring employers with 100 or more employees to be fully vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. Let's talk a little bit about this. Very interesting.
Yeah, but you missed
That's
something
interesting.
when you said the federal contractors and employees. It was not just limited to federal contractors and
Right, there were
employees.
exceptions.
No, they actually meant volunteers as well. Anybody that was affiliated with a federal company or that had a federal grant or did federal business, they would be mandated for the vaccine as well. So that affected a lot of people. But you know, when he introduced it, they didn't really have a concrete plan. You know, the administration and everybody put it on OSHA. And-
OSHA, that's another story. But I was going to say, who could have a concrete plan? I know y'all going to think I'm trying to take up for Biden again, but I'm saying factually, with all of the things surrounding COVID-19 and, all of that different stuff, who could have a concrete plan?
I'm not laughing at you, Dr. That's my view.
I mean,
I understand what you're saying.
I'm going to stay with it. When I feel a certain way, I'm going to stay with it all the way. So,
Well, and my question, and that is true, but also there should have been a bigger thought to, just throwing it out there and saying, putting it on somebody else to do it, which that's what technically they did. They left it up to OSHA to regulate it.
But
and OSHA did it later, like
but
2 months later.
They have no jurisdiction to regulate that.
Well, technically, but they did issue a mandate too, also 2 months after Biden did. But they have also canceled theirs because they understand that they didn't have any constitutional right. They couldn't break through that.
OSHA is something totally different when it comes to safety.
Mhm.
Their thing of safety is equipment, that kind of stuff. They have no, that means they violating the HIPAA laws with that.
Yeah. Well, to ease your mind, as an hour ago, a federal judge in Louisiana has put a halt to the mandate nationwide. Judge Terry Daltrey of the U.S. District Court in the Western District of Louisiana ruled in favor of the request of the Louisiana Republican Attorney General Jeff Landry to block the emergency order in regarding to the mandate. So not only did he do it in Louisiana, last night it was like 10 or 13 states that already was in a ban. Now nationwide for healthcare workers, that is. Now I don't know about the 100, the businesses that have the 100 employees or not, but this is specifically for the healthcare workers.
Right. I was going to say, do you think something scared Biden? Why do you think that they dropped this? I mean, a lot of people, as far as the attorney general and different places, were issuing different lawsuits. What do you think really happened that things have flipped?
I'm going to say one thing is common sense, because you hear about the healthcare workers now, they're already down 25, 30% around the country, workers alone, nurses and healthcare workers. So if you mandate them to do it and they don't want to do it, you're already down 30. You work in the school system. They already down 30% teachers. And now they're saying, if you don't have the vaccine, you can't teach. What's that going to do to the whole operational system?
So I have a question.
Get ugly.
I have a question though. I mean, does this matter? Because what about all the people that have already been affected? financially,
Right.
their mental health, all the people that either walked
out.
or were terminated.
That's right.
So now, I mean, does this really matter today? And why wasn't it done back
Earlier.
then? How could something be mandated then? And all of these people are affected, but now, so I mean, what does it really matter? Does it matter at this point?
I mean, it does. I mean, because the simple fact you still people that didn't want to get the vaccine that were still working.
Yes.
So it helps them so they don't have to lose their jobs. Now the biggest question is, do the people that have lost their jobs already get their jobs back?
Right. Exactly.
Well, that's why I said it's going to get ugly. But
It's gonna
yeah.
get real.
Right, and the mental turmoil. I mean, not just financially, but everything that comes along with it. And I feel like we've talked about this pandemic forever, and I feel like we also we're going to be talking about it forever. The new variant, as well as the largest government on earth, but we wonder why people don't trust the government with the pandemic, the way it was presented, the way it's been back and forth. And, you know, like you said, there really couldn't have been a concrete plan from the start. But I think the distrust is also because things are all over the place.
Well, I think Fauci said the other day that we are going to have to come into life and realize that we're going to live with COVID for the rest of our lives. It's just like
the
flu.
measles.
The
or
flu, the
anything.
flu.
And all that.
And initially, I understand the panic, whatever, but after a while, you know, they become, unfortunately, commonplace. But still, yet today, and I don't understand why the COVID vaccine is being pushed so much, people still died more of the flu last year than they have of COVID.
Right.
Right.
But, you know, COVID, to me, you know, it keeps flipping the script. And so this mutating that it's doing, I believe, is why everybody is still in a panic and not knowing. And so even, you know, just as of today, I know Canada has already reported 6 cases of the Omicron. Just to get that right, it is not Omni, it is Ami. And what I found out is actually, if you think about Delta, that's Greek, the Greek alphabet,
Right.
Delta, letter D. And Omicron is actually Greek alphabet, letter O. So, you know, what's coming next? Phi, Xi, Zeta, you better get your... no, I'm just kidding. Want to play it? E, you always want to play it? So get lined up. That's how we going to roll.
I mean, I honestly feel that, just my opinion, they keep saying there's different strains to keep us scared.
No, because it's mutating, and then
I'm
it's
just
going to
saying,
become something else.
Just think about it. Every time we get settled, it comes out with a different variant. When things start to calm down, to settle, then start. I mean,
right? I get it, but when you say they come out with a new fashion, it's a new trend.
It is. I mean,
coming
think about
out.
it. When things start to settle down, they came out with Delta. Now things starting to settle down again. Now they're coming out with Omicron or Omnisaurus or whatever.
I'm telling you, it has been called so many things.
Let's just be realistic about it. Sit back and think about it.
Right.
Every time it calms down, they come out. Oh, here's another string, or here's something stronger. So it's a scare. I'm just me, and you know, it's my opinion. I could care less how y'all feel about it, but it's just is obvious.
Yes, but you can put some science on that, but I won't do it at this time because it's too soon.
We got some cognac. I need some
No,
cognac
honestly,
now.
I'm saying scientifically speaking, you know, from a lab perspective, there's reasons behind it. And
So
it has
my
a lot
question
to
is-
do with how many people have
my
been
question
vaccinated
is,
and the way it is,
do they have
affecting
tests?
people.
When do they have tests? Can it actually test the person?
They're testing it now on people.
They're testing it now?
They're actually
Think about
putting
what
the
you're saying.
they're actually putting the virus in people, and some people that have had the vaccine to see how
My
they
question
react to
is,
it.
If I go get tested right now,
Mm-hmm.
do they have a test for the Omicron, the Delta? No, they're gonna say I have Corona.
Period.
They're not gonna tell me if I got Delta or Omicron.
Right now because it's too soon. But
Make it make sense.
but wait a
Make it make
minute.
sense. See,
But listen.
you're proving my point for me.
but listen,
You're
what I'm
proving my
saying.
point for me.
But listen to what
You're
I'm
proving
saying.
my point for me.
What I'm trying to say is they're getting new cases as we speak, different places. Like I said about Canada, Brazil reported their first 2 cases, I believe, also today. So
From the
who
people
knows
from the people that
tomorrow?
they put it in.
Who knows tomorrow? I mean, it could be in Indiana. I believe New York had a case.
Yeah.
So it's going to continue that way.
Right. I think, in my opinion, at this point, we can deal with the new variants coming in by shutting off the TV or shutting off social media, but not right now because you're watching us and we're going to lighten it up.
We need you right
not
now.
to shut us
Not right
down.
now.
Right now.
So we're going to lighten it up a little bit. 15-time champion, 4 green jackets. Let's talk about Tiger Woods.
Tiger, woo.
Isn't his
Who
name
is you?
Elwood or something? What is his name? What's Tiger Woods' name?
I don't know, but he's a bad
The
man.
Elwood?
It's something like that.
Is it-
Eldred something.
Listen, I love it. Tiger, go. You go. Because I feel a comeback. I don't know. What do y'all think? Can he do it?
I think he can.
I don't
I really-
think he can.
You
I
don't
really
think he
think he
I
can?
don't
You
think he
don't
can.
think so?
I really don't. He was already on the downside with his back. And if his swing is not
Come
there,
on, and he still was tearing it up.
he was on the downside with his back. So if his swing is not
It was
there,
his
then-
back, and remember, it was his leg, his other leg, not this leg, but the other one.
One
He
he
had
was
an
about to
issue. He
lose.
still came back and he won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think-
just saying, Tiger has it in him. I believe he's going to do some good
He can
things.
bounce back.
Yes.
I,
So
I don't believe he's
Only
coming
thing
back.
about it is with all the walking. I think that would hurt him.
can he roll?
Nope.
You gotta
Okay,
walk.
bro.
You gotta walk.
No, you gotta walk.
PGA
Gotta
Tour,
walk.
you gotta walk.
Well, he
You
did
No
an interview.
No
Wait.
skates or nothing.
Golf Digest recently about the painful year that he's had and the possible return,
Mhm.
talking about the 5 back surgeries, speaking
Yes.
about his son being his motivation. His 12-year-old son could maybe play with them. So, he did talk about that being a
Mhm.
lot of his motivation. And I think a comeback would be awesome. I mean, we're just going to have to keep an eye on it and see, but at least he's hopeful.
He's hopeful. And one of the things that I heard him say, he spoke about how all he expected and he thought was going to happen was he was going to leave that hospital without both of his legs.
Yeah.
hmm
And that's,
So he was almost 100% sure he was going to have an amputation.
and that's sad. But can we really get to the issue of Tiger getting away with all that he got
Stop.
away with? I think Tiger used his 15% white
Ooh, I
card, his
know you-
15% rich card. Because
Boy.
that bitch,
Man, I was gonna be quiet tonight, but the brother attacking the brother.
I'm just saying.
Get up off the
I'm
brother.
saying.
Hey,
Come
Jack,
on now.
Isn't
Come
there
on now.
always one?
Huh?
No? Isn't there always
It
one?
always-
I'm the realist. I'm the realist. Let's call it like it is.
Oh,
Man, at the end of the day,
Man, at the end of the
Listen,
day, if
guess
you
what?
if it
Guess
was
what?
if we ran off the
Guess
road
what?
of Coliseum, we'd have been locked up.
guess what?
I'm done.
Guess what?
I'm done.
He
Are
got he
you-
got a lot of money too, though, bro.
They hit 15% rich,
He's in a
15%
different
white.
place.
You
That's
don't
what
think-
I'm saying.
You don't leave him away.
what?
Dwayne Wade gonna swing on you.
Guess what?
Leave Tiger
Whatever
alone.
happened, he's free and he's back healthy. Let's just leave it like that.
I'm
That's right.
I'm
And you know
happy
what?
about
And he's alive. How
Yeah,
about
I
that?
said-
Right.
I'm
And,
happy
and-
about
and
that.
one of the things, and so this is what I'm proud of. He's excited about being able to still be a father.
Mhm.
So, he's happy right now to be alive, although he's saying that he's going through the worst pain he's ever experienced in his life
right.
with the rehab. So, that
You know,
part,
that might be
What,
therapeutic
that
for him.
divorce
if
where he
come
lost
back.
that he
couple
let you
billion
know
dollars? That would've-
he was all right.
See?
He made it through
Why
that.
do you keep throwing jabs at
I'm
him?
just saying.
You know something?
Be quiet for a jab.
Okay.
You know the funny part about it? I honestly think if he got back on the golf course,
Yeah.
it would be therapeutical for him, and it would be a good rehab for him.
Yeah, it would be
Right.
that too.
Right.
Yes.
So, Clarence, since you want to talk a lot tonight, we're going to talk about your boy. 2 days after being acquitted of 5 felony
Oh,
charges,
that's my boy.
Kyle Rittenhouse was
Oh,
making connections. That is not your
That's not
that
your
is
boy?
not your
is
boy.
that Clarence boy?
No, that's not my
Clarence's
boy either.
tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's-
Jill,
it's her
Jill got
boy.
jokes.
It's her boy.
Okay.
He's attached to Biden.
Oh, is he? Oh, you gonna give him
It's
to
her
me?
boy. It's in the family.
And when we talk about connections, I just want to break this down really quick. So, the governor of Florida said Kyle Rittenhouse did what we should want citizens to do
Mm.
in that situation, which is step forward and defend the community against mob violence. This
But
is
that's
the
not his
governor
community.
of Florida. So let me go
That's what I
on
don't get.
to say the Republicans wasted no time, and members of Congress, I shall add, deeming him a hero. Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina, Matt Gaetz of Florida, Paul Gosar of Arizona, all of them are speaking of offering Kyle an internship at their offices
Yeah.
at Capitol Hill.
Did you say the one in Colorado?
So, no, there was actually several of them.
There's one in Colorado.
So if
An
they,
internship to do what?
no, hold on, that's what ooh, pick me.
Create memes of facial expressions.
If they wanted him to be, at the Capitol, they should have had him there January 6th.
Mhm.
He was
I mean-
repping on the 6th, though.
I mean, I'm just saying.
He was
should have
hiding
been-
on the 6th.
Yeah, he should have been.
He was hiding from the
Mhm.
law.
He should have been there on the 6th and do the same thing to the mob that ran through the.
He was.
Well, but I'm serious. I'm just curious. What
Does that
type
make
of
sense,
work
though?
are
They have not
seeking?
disclosed.
They have,
not
but it almost is if they're like fighting over him. So, you know, to make matters more interesting, I think it's Marianne or Mary Jane Taylor Greene out of Georgia.
Marjorie Taylor
Marjorie,
Greene.
yes, my handwriting is not
Yeah,
good.
Marjorie.
Trumped them by sponsoring a House bill to award Rittenhouse a congressional gold medal for protecting the community.
Now, this is what gets me, and I don't know if everybody understands what this means. They're suggesting to give this man the highest civilian
Wow.
honor
Yeah.
ever given to a civilian.
Mhm.
They're going to make him a national hero, is what they want. Martin Luther King got the National Congressional Medal of Honor. Some of the people from 9/11 got these Congressional Medals of Honor. So they want to make this man an American national hero.
So he could end up on a stamp.
Yes. But here's a problem. Here's a
That's
problem
bad.
in where I don't know if they're intentionally doing it or if they think that we don't know that they're doing it. But if they make him a national hero, they are authorizing vigilantism.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Everybody gonna be a Batman. And I don't know if I'm a movie person. I don't know if y'all ever seen a movie, and please forgive me, it's the name of the movie, so don't everybody get shocked
Here
when
we
I say the
go.
name.
Here we
The
go.
name of the movie is Kick-Ass. And it's a
Okay.
bunch of vigilantes that dress up and they're going around trying to stop crime. They ain't gonna have to dress up, but they're gonna be out there carrying their AR-15s.
Mhm.
I drive in the wrong neighborhood one time. You know, somebody say I don't belong there.
Yeah.
Ta-ta!
Hey,
Yeah.
so I got a question.
Yeah.
Since you just opened up a big Pandora box with that, so that means the bad police that goes around that's harassing. If he get that Congressional Medal of Honor, that means citizens can defend their community against bad police.
You know, in Indiana, that's a law.
Mhm.
You can defend yourself against the police in Indiana. That's a law.
That sounds.
That's a
terrible.
law. Look it up.
I'm just saying. Does that open up that box?
It's
It
already in
sounds
there in
terrible.
Indiana.
I'm just
It's
saying,
already in Indiana. In
So,
Indiana,
I mean,
it's a law.
So you open up that Pandora box and somebody said this police is did XYZ and they give the police to the head.
Wait a minute.
Shouldn't he be done as a
Hero?
hero myself as well? Does that make sense?
That makes absolute sense.
Oh, okay.
So
I
you're
just thought
saying
it was
that's
me.
already like that in Indiana?
Yeah, you can protect
you can
yourself
protect
against the
yourself.
police in Indiana.
Mhm.
You can legally, up to deadly force, protect yourself against police in Indiana.
Wow. Okay.
But
Speak-
under the right
Speak on that.
circumstances,
Under the
let's
right
make sure everybody
circumstances.
understand that.
Under the right
Under the right
circumstances.
I don't know
circumstances.
what
Yeah.
the
I'm
right
just saying.
circumstances
So
could
I'm
be.
just if that's a good circumstance. If I feel that I'm scared because the police is pointing their gun at me for no apparent reason,
Right. So you feel threatened now, so you could
So I could fire
defend
back,
yourself.
so I can defend
Is that
myself.
what you're saying?
If that's the case,
I feel like the
Wow.
members of Congress are more interested in this in Rittenhouse than they have been in anything for a very long time. I mean, for the governor to come out and make a statement and say this is exactly how we want a situation handled is very dangerous. And they don't speak on protest. They don't speak on police brutality like they're speaking on Rittenhouse. So we're going to have to follow this and, see where he ends up probably
He's
on
going to be the
Mall
chief
Cop
of police
3
somewhere in a
at this
couple of
point.
years.
Wow.
So we mentioned Capitol Hill, right?
Uh-huh.
And we mentioned the BLM protests,
Uh-huh.
which Rittenhouse was at, correct?
Right.
So if we take Rittenhouse and shift his presence, he's no longer at the BLM protest. He's at Capitol Hill.
Right.
And he's protecting the hill.
Right.
And he shoots 3 white people.
Right.
Would he have walked away free?
No. That's the police officer that they tried to put on trial for shooting that one woman that was in the rotunda. He shot her in the rotunda, and they asked for him to be tried.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
was doing his job, and they wanted him tried.
Yeah, I agree that the environment and the circumstances were huge.
So
as
what's
far as
the
that.
difference between Capitol Hill's riot and
It wasn't a riot.
the peace, the taking of the hill
That's what they say. It's
versus
that's where it is.
the
It's word.
peaceful protest
Mhm.
that was BLM? What was the difference?
Letters.
Capitol Hill.
No, letters from Antifa to BLM. It's just the letters.
Mhm.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Letters.
Wow. That's too bad.
Oh, well, okay. Moving on a lighter note, I'm not sure if it's a lighter note or not, but let's go ahead and talk about money, athletes. Let's look at the top 10 NBA and NFL players. What are they making? A little? A lot?
Man.
Whole lot.
What are they making? Who are they? LeBron.
Well, Steph Curry
LeBron and
no,
LeBron. No, I'm just kidding.
no, really. He's just, Steph Curry is the highest paid NBA player right now, and he makes
Steph?
yes,
Yes.
Oh man, my
$44.3 million a year.
Wee.
$44.3 million a year.
That boy bad.
Can I say that again?
I'm writing it
$44.3
down.
million a year.
I
The
just
top
wanna look at
10
it.
NBA players and his teammate is the bottom of that 10, but the top 10 NBA players make a total of $413 million per year. That's a lot of money.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a lot of
A
money.
lot of money.
And then, you know, all the top 10 are all black.
All black.
All black.
We had an argument about that because I swear John Wall, he numbered 2 or 3, and I swear he wasn't in the NBA again. I swear he wasn't in the NBA, so I had to look that up.
What list? What is this? The blacklist?
No, it's
No, these,
just amazing. You know, and
That is.
And here's one of the things, and we got another topic that's gonna lead into it. When we are commodities, and when we're a commodity, we're valuable. But I'm gonna hold that because we got something else. But hold that thought. That's what I'm gonna say. But when we're a commodity, we're valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about the NFL and Patrick Mahomes. This brother signed a deal last year for $520-something million. Like 53, 54 was guaranteed. So how much you make a year? We was just talking about
the 500 is 502 million
502.
for 10 years.
So we valuable in the sports arena.
He signed a 10-year
Sports
deal.
arena, entertainment. We yeah.
And, you know, one thing I like about what Mahomes did was he went and bought another franchise. He went and bought into the Kansas City Royals as one of the top majority owners
Mm-hmm.
of the Royals. So I mean, he did something smart with his money. As far as NFL gonna pay me this, let me go buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Where not too many black owners. Matter of fact, I think it's only him and Magic Johnson, the only two black owners of baseball.
Mm.
So I mean, it was a power move, structure move that he did. But at the end of the day, with that kind of money, why not just start your own league and just go on about your business?
So with that kind of money, you could do a whole lot of different things, man.
You do anything.
You know, I mean, think about it. Where, LeBron has started one, and I want everybody to understand. They give LeBron his accolades for starting the school, but you know who was the first one to start at school? Jalen Rose, the Jalen Rose Academy in Detroit, Michigan, inner city Detroit, Michigan. He started that like his 5th, 6th year in the league, and it stayed under wraps. But when LeBron did it, and I'm not knocking it, it just gives the people their flowers while they do.
That's
Don't just pick and choose who you put up front. Give everybody their flowers while they do.
Right. I agree. I agree. So we talked about our boy Bill Cosby not too long ago.
Now that's mine.
That's your boy.
That you can
Yeah.
claim. You
I
can
thought that's who
claim.
y'all was gonna
No. So
Yeah.
we talked about Bill, and Bill is in the news again. So let's talk a little bit about why he's in the news and what's going on with Bill today.
Well, the prosecutor in Pennsylvania has asked the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania to overturn the judgment that freed Bill Cosby. Now, I don't know if y'all, and I'm going to put this in the synopsis, I don't know if everybody followed the trial, but he was convicted on evidence that should not have been presented because it was in a closed deposition that had a gag order on it. So that's why it's not a question of his guilt or innocence. It's a question of law. So, but the prosecutor now is saying that since it was introduced, that it should have been able to be introduced and should stay in there, and that should, sustain the conviction.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of entrapment to me, a little bit, because they're using a statement that he made. So as he, I guess, admitted to something on trial, then that's what they are also going back.
Well,
to
it wasn't
get
no
and to
trial. It
use
was in a
or
deposition.
During the deposition. And so because he admitted to that then, so they went back to use that against
But then
him,
again,
too.
the person that they use couldn't have been a witness anyway.
because she was a gag. It was a
It
gag.
was a
order.
gag order,
Mhm.
and she signed
That's what I'm saying.
the document
Absolutely.
saying that. So they used something that they weren't, like you said, they weren't supposed to use. But it's one of those things is
Mm-hmm.
they taking a positive male figure, black male figure, out of the community,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
done purposely.
Yeah, and that's why I said entrapment, because the guy that said that initially really didn't have the authority to make that stick
Right.
anyway. So that's one of the things that's kind of, they're going to try to fight. But what do you think what's going to happen as far as them going to?
There's
Do you
nothing
think
they-
it's going to make it to the
No,
Supreme
no,
Court?
I
They're going to
don't think so. I
retrial
don't think so.
and
Because they can't use the evidence.
Yeah,
because a lot of times they don't. A lot of the cases that do make it back, or they try to retry, don't even.
Yeah.
They
But
don't
the
even hear
Supreme-
it.
The Supreme Court
Court
is
don't
the
even
one
hear
that
it.
overturned the
Yeah.
eviction conviction anyway.
And they
Yeah.
can't use that evidence.
Well, how old is Bill?
84.
I mean, 84 years old. What?
84.
Yeah.
84.
84 years old.
84.
84 years old. And sometimes
97% blind.
yeah, I was just gonna say, and I think he's talking again, and they probably don't like that
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
So sometimes I hate to say this, but kind of like OJ, you get free, you go sit down.
Yeah.
OJ
You
was
know?
stupid.
Go sit down.
But here's what I was talking about, because this is going to lead into our discussion for the week tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the vanishing black man, and these are things that we need to talk about, because Bill Cosby, the law, freedom, but they're trying to find a way to keep him in the system. I said we're commodities. Black men have been villainized since they've been freed. As soon as they stop working, they be called lazy. Vagrancy laws, a whole lot of stuff has been come for the black man. Now, we're not disappearing, but we're being
We're in disguise.
we're
Hey,
being
Clarence.
diminished by the press, by different things, by different entities. And we're going to talk about that in the coming week. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the vanishing black man, the perception of the vanishing black man,
It's not a
either the
perception.
myth
Hey,
or the fact.
It's not a perception.
I'm sorry.
And it's not a myth.
Go ahead. What's
Well,
the-
no, I know we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, but I couldn't help but think about seeing Kay West, or what's his new name?
Yay.
Oh,
Yay.
Yay.
whatever. But in his hookup, his white face, his new gear. That's why I said we're in disguise. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm just saying. So where's the black man?
Well, see,
What's
Clarence,
going on?
I'm gonna do this to you. I'm just gonna hit you with a small piece. This is
Uh-oh.
gonna be interesting.
Gonna hit him with it.
Okay.
We vanish, and I'm gonna tell you where we vanished at.
Where do we vanish?
Desegregation.
We're going to talk about that.
We are. So we want to thank you for being with us tonight. We do
Okay.
have a great show coming tomorrow at 8:30, The Vanishing Black Man. A lot of good information. So please join us tomorrow. Remember to like, subscribe, share, go to our YouTube page, hit the bell. And thank you for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.